The way you have better habits is to create your own routine every morning and every night. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said this: procrastination is the biggest waste of life. And it's true. It is a huge waste of your time and your life if you do so. It snatches away your entire day if you do it. And it denies us the present by promising the future. Do you want to stop wasting your life? If you do, stick around with me until the end because I'm going to give you 8 important stoic tactics to beat procrastination. You ready? Let's go. Number 1, take it action by action. What does that mean? Don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Marcus Aurelius wrote this: don't let your imagination be crushed by life as a whole. Everything is built action by action. Our well-being is realized by small steps, but it's truly not a small step. Taking an action and another action leads to another action. That's number 1. Take it action by action. Number 2, create your own routine. I always talk about routines, and in my past videos, I've talked about the importance of having daily routines. Because when people ask, can you give me motivation or inspiration? No. What you actually need are better habits. And the way you have better habits is to create your own routine every morning and every night. Life without a design is very erratic. You don't have anything planned for the days. Whatever comes to you, you do. You end up doing nothing at all. If you have a routine, you have steps wherein you move from step 1 to step 2 to about step 13 before you go about your day. Procrastination feeds on uncertainty. When you're uncertain of what you're going to do next, that's where procrastination starts, because you're questioning yourself if you can actually do it or not, or if you should do something or not do anything at all. Having routines eliminates that uncertainty. So we know what we do and when we do it. At this time, you're doing this. At that time, you're supposed to do that. At this time, you're doing something else. And people say, well, that's boring. It doesn't have to be exciting like that, because when you have good routines, you can go about your entire day because you've done already the steps that you need to do. All you need is a short time of focus, and that focus is enough for you to last the entire day. Procrastination is boxed out by the order and the clarity that you create. You're not second guessing yourself when you wake up what you're doing first, if you should exercise or take a bath or reach for your phone or check your email or whatever. You have steps, or if you're supposed to eat. If you have your own routine, you won't second guess what's next because you already know, like the back of your hand, what's after brushing your teeth. Make sense? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Number 3, cut out what is not essential. So easy to say, but for some people, it's very hard to do because they're doing things out of habit already. They're doing things repeatedly because they're used to doing that. And even they do it because it's already a habit. If you're seeking for clarity or what we say tranquility, you have to do less, because doing less, I read a book before, I forgot who the writer is, but he said doing less is actually doing more, because the less you do, the more focused you are on doing that lesser things. Instead of you having 9 tasks to do for the day, you're only doing 3, and those 3 you do very, very well at that. I want to make this clear though. It's not doing nothing, but just doing less. I'm not saying eliminate all the things you have to do every day, but minimizing everything that you do, because the more you do, the more time you need to exert and the more tired you get. Do only what's essential for you and what brings value for others, instead of doing things left and right, which at the end of the day or the end of your life did not actually bring you value. That's number 3. Cut out what is not essential. Number 4, create a sense of urgency. What is urgency for you? Can you describe in the comment section what do you think is urgency for you? Urgency is believed to be the thought of our mortality that should shadow us anywhere. You could live life right now. Marcus Aurelius said that. Let that determine what you do and say and think. It wasn't to create panic, but to create priorities, urgency, and appreciation. Because what you actually need is knowing what your priorities are. Ask yourself, is this thing that I'm doing now my priority? If not, then why am I doing this? Like watching TV. Mine is checking your phone or doing, reading a book which does not bring you value. Is this a priority for me? Is this urgent? And will I appreciate it in the long run? And if you answer yes to those, do it. If not, then you need a better sense of urgency. So create your own sense of urgency. Number 4. And by the way, if you're enjoying this episode right now, subscribe to the channel would be provocative. Number 5, find the right company for you. There's an old proverb that says, if you dwell with a lame man, you will learn how to limp. We become like the people we spend the most time with. We always say that if you hang out with 5 losers, you're going to be the 6th loser. If you hang out with 5 wealthy people, guess what? You could be the 6th. And it's not by chance. This is key. To keep company only with people who bring you up, who bring you value, and raise you up to higher standards. They're the people that you need because their presence call for your best. If you hang out with people that always says, the Tagalog term, pwede na yan, or kahit ano, it's time to cut them loose because those people are not going anywhere in life. If their standards are pwede na yan or whatever, they don't know what they want. And those are not the people that you want to hang out with. You need to hang out with people that know what they want and that it brings great value to many people. So that's number 5. Find the right company for you because in the end, you'll be thankful for that company that you have. Number 6, get one small win. I'll give you my best example of my first small win. Waking up in the morning is a small win. And my next small win is fixing my bed. I've learned it from, I think, a Marine who once explained why fixing your bed is really important. Because when you wake up, you fix your bed, it's a task that you already finished. It's a small win for you. And if your day goes shitty or haywire, guess what? When you go home, you'll see a nice bed that you fix yourself and you can lay down in it and drown your sorrows in a clean bed. Imagine going back to your bed and it's so messy. You've had a rough day and you go home to your bed and your bed ugly. It's not neat. And some people say, why should I fix my bed? I'm the one who's going to be laying in it. If you're okay lying in a hotel room and you see a bed like that, you're not going to lay there. Have you ever checked in a hotel room wherein the bed is not fixed? Most likely there won't be a 5-star hotel like that. Every day, you need to acquire something that will help you against poverty and death. Number 5, get one small win because one small win leads to another win and a bigger win and a bigger win. And that's how you win a day. Small wins to bigger wins. Number 7, forget about the outcome. The outcome is the future. And you don't want to worry about the future if you're focused on now. Why? Focusing on outcomes is a good recipe for feeling overwhelmed. And then that leads to, guess what? Procrastination. So instead, concentrate every minute. What you need is more focus, not motivation or inspiration from what you see from other people. Do what's in front of you precisely because you already know your task. It's just that I watched something on Netflix about the mind explained. It's called How to Focus Explained. Our minds are meant to be not focused. It's not because of social media or anything. There's no real proof, scientific proof, that our focus is declining since time immemorial, like 1600s and up to now. There's always just a different distraction because the mind is always wandering. W-A-N. Our mind is always thinking. That's why our minds are always racing because we have 1,000 thoughts running through our head every minute. Did I close the lights at home? Did I feed my dog? Did I bring my jacket? Oh, do I have my phone in my pocket? Or is she gonna reply to me? All those things running in your heads all at the same time. And sometimes even when we're trying to focus, like sometimes when I'm trying to read the book, there are times wherein I'm reading a whole block because I read by blocks. There's times that when I read a block and my mind is thinking about something else. And now I have to bring my mind back to where I'm trying to focus, which is the task at hand, which is my book. I'm reading my book, but I'm thinking about something else. It's one of the craziest things because our minds have so much creativity in us. And when we don't have a pattern of things that we actually do, it makes us think of things because we're already used to it in motion, like brushing our teeth. When we're brushing our teeth, we already know that we're brushing our teeth. So we can think about other things. Our mind is not meant to do multitasking. It's not. Can you try playing on your laptop while watching, let's say, a Korean series with subtitles? Playing on your laptop or writing something, and then, for example, you're drinking as well at the same time. So you're doing 3 tasks all at the same time, and then your mind is racing. Guess what? The only thing you can focus is the one you're playing, and you're just listening to what you're trying to see, but you can't read and you can't understand what you're seeing. I noticed this when I tried to do a lot of things all at the same time before. I end up not doing anything at all. I read in that documentary that our minds are meant to focus for 90 minutes, and you need to take 15-minute breaks from those 90 minutes of extreme focus, and then 15-minute break, and then go about it for another 90 minutes. And that's the max. I'm not saying everyone has a max of 90 because focusing for just 10 seconds is really difficult for us because our attention is being bought everywhere. That itself is a huge task to bear in mind already. What I'm saying here is that you want to focus on every minute that you're doing something. If you're really texting someone, focus on texting that person. If you're focused on eating, focus on you munching your food and trying to understand what's that emotion that you're feeling when you eat something and everything else. When you're driving, you should be driving. There's a law that says you can't text and drive because we're not meant to do all things all at the same time. Imagine you're texting and driving and you're listening to music and then you're talking also to your seatmate in the car. 4 different things that you're doing all at the same time in a very fast motion. So your reaction time is going to be so much slower. So that's number 7. Forget the outcome because the outcome is made by what you do in the present moment. And lastly, demand the best out of yourself. Not from others, from yourself. Why? The Stoics come down hard on procrastination. And I've never even heard the word procrastination until I actually read Marcus Aurelius' meditation. And the first time I saw the word procrastination, I had to Google what it meant. And it's one of the things that Stoics are very heavy on. Because putting things off and not doing it now and always deferring the day after which you will attend to yourself, it's just a waste of time. You're wasting your time and energy and effort by doing so. Epictetus said, you will live and die as someone quite ordinary. So stop deferring. Stop procrastination. Demand the best for yourself. That's number 8. Demand the best for yourself. Don't demand from others. Demand the best for you. That's all I have for you today. If you think you found value in today's episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I'll see you again on the next episode. Peace.